Hey, this is Fish on a Heater, the series where I put myself through unimaginable torture for your benefit. We always take a look at a single battle during these episodes to just take a look at kind of stuff that was done well, not so well, things that could have been changed up. And today I want to look at a battle with a guy called Bamboss. Now, he is in my Arena Australis lobby. I've done a fair few videos from that server because, like I always, have some really good battles in there. Lose a lot in there, but they are always good battles. This is probably the first time in my entire time doing this series that I have done a battle from a Sylph Cup that is current. This is the Rose Cup. It is one of my earliest Rose Cup battles. Round 1, Battle 1 against Bamboss, and I did a lot of dumb things. So let's take a look at how it went down. Here we go. So the lead is Probopass versus RHYPERIOR. Now, I am shocked here at how much damage RHYPERIOR was doing. So I get out of there to what is an even worse matchup in Haunter. Now, I didn't remember that Mudslap had gotten such a big boost in a recent update. So I thought that RHYPERIOR was running Smackdown, and I didn't even notice until I started looking at this battle to put it on the video today that it was running Mudslap. Really dumb. It meant that as Haunter is a poison type, weak to the Mudslap, I just threw a kamikaze soldier into that battle that it was not going to be at all effective in. So I throw up a shield here in a feeble attempt to try and get something out of it. Shield the Surf. Managed to get to a Shadow Punch, which is sweet. That's something. And I do manage to draw a shield, but then that is goodbye, Haunter. You get on out of here. So, running down the switch clock now, and bringing out Gliscor. Now, with RHYPERIOR at about half health, this isn't too bad for me. Panicking here, shield the Surf. Now, Gliscor can tank a Surf. It was gonna be better for me to save that shield for later down the track. I don't know what else he's got in the back. It's when I'm this far behind, it's really risky of me to now also leave myself with no shields left. Tiny bit of lag there. I do go for a shield bait, but RHYPERIOR gets to a Surf first. And this is how you can tell him. Oh no, it comes up later. I'll tell you later. I do manage to draw the second shield, which is fantastic, and because I've now gotten rid of the shields from Bamboss, I figure I can just go Night Slash now. I don't need to try and build up to another Earthquake because that's kind of overkill. The amount of energy required to get to an Earthquake was a lot more than it was worth for the amount of health that I had to take out from the RHYPERIOR. So I just went straight back to Night Slash again, and oh no, it still doesn't happen here. I get the attack boost, which is fantastic. Maybe it's this one. Here we go. Yeah, I'm starting to miss all the targets because I'm like, ah! Just frantically trying to pull something out of this. Manages to flank me with just a Bone Club at that point. I do get off a Rock Slide. Yeah, and I missed a rock target there as well. So I take out the Marowak. And now Medicham in the back. And here's how flustered I was at the time. I went Rock Slide instead of Magna Bomb. for those who aren't quite as up on their typing as some of the better players, and I'm not counting myself in the better players in that comment, Steel is not resisted by fighting, whereas Rock is. So Magnet Bomb, definitely the better move to go with there. So I got creamed in that one. I set about going to pvpoke.com's training simulator to try and figure out how I could have gone about that matchup to save it, to flip it. I battled that simulator 27 times. You know how many I won? 3. It was like that scene at the end of Doctor Strange where he's in that infinite, like, time death loop and he's just coming back over and over again and getting slaughtered in horrible ways, only to, you know, go back to the start and do it again. So I've taken out the 3 battles that I won. 2 of those battles I only won because, well, actually, no, so I got to back up. I was only able to win by really drawing those shields out of my opponent. Like the shield game was the big one. There's a lot of battles that you play out and like it comes down to whoever uses their switching the best or manages their energy the best. This one, it was absolutely shields. I only managed to win if I drew a shield from RHYPERIOR right at the start and then switch out to Gliscor. And of the 3 battles that I won, 2 of them, after I switched to Gliscor, the AI, the training simulator, switched to Marowak, which, in my opinion, is the less optimal option to pick. So I'm going to show you all 3 of these battles, walk you through them. So I am getting my health really taken down by that mud slap, but I stay in there long enough to get off a Magnet Bomb, which is going to do a lot of damage to a rock Pokemon such as RHYPERIOR. And then I switch out into the Gliscor, and the AI switches out into Marowak. I build up to a Night Slash. I use Night Slash. Takes out probably a bit over 1/3 of its health. I end up shooting this one expecting a Shadow Ball. I end up getting baited. And, okay, so why did I build up to the Earthquake that time? I think it was just because I still thought I could try and draw the shield there. Like, even though the Night Slash would have taken out most of the Marowak's health, would have still left it with some, and so I kind of was banking on the idea that maybe the AI wanted to still keep Marowak conscious. So I did build up to the Earthquake for the second one, and then through the Nightshade. And do we get the shield? Yes, we do. So at this point, we can just Nightshade it down. Even if we end up losing the Gliscor, that's alright. Luckily for me, correctly called a shield bait, I decided to switch out into Haunter. And this is the one situation where it's okay to have Haunter in this spot, because Haunter at full health with a shield, RHYPERIOR with no shields. That's it. That's the only thing that will get you out of that situation alive. I managed to surf, to save the surf, shield the surf, whatever I did to it. That's what I did. And as my health is melting away, I get to the Shadow Ball. And it takes out the RHYPERIOR. And now I'm in a really good position, because now I learned that the last Pokemon is Medicham. I only need Shadow Punch for this one, because Haunter just wrecks Medicham. By this stage, I've kind of flipped the momentum of the battle, so I don't necessarily mind that my Haunter goes down there. I've still got my Gliscor up and running. And I get the attack boost again. And don't quite manage to feint out the Marowak with Fury Cutters, but that's fine, because I've just got this Probopass in the back to finish it off. That was battle 1 that I won. Here is battle number 2. So again, I am building up to the Magnet Bomb to draw the shield, because it was the only way that I could find to win that. And again, I switch into Gliscor, and my opponent switches into Marowak. This time, I start out by building up to the Earthquake. And just double Night Slash it. I believe I get the shield for this one. So now I think that is both shields done. Yeah, both shields done for my opponent. I managed to shield the Shadow Ball, which is fantastic. So there was a correct call there as well. And get the attack boost again. I don't know what that... Just while this video is playing, I'm just going to do a quick check on what the boost chance is. Oh, it doesn't say here. Oh, never mind. Anyway. Where are we at? Oh, okay, using the shield on surf. Oh, yeah, so there's the same situation. Where I was able to get to a Shadow Ball with a shield in hand. But my opponent wasn't having that. This is... Actually, I should probably rewind this to talk about this, because this is kind of like one of the few things that I did right. Let's see. Alright, so yeah, the RHYPERIOR comes out, Medicham, 4, 5... For those who are newer to the scene, counting your opponent's fast moves, once you can get the hang of it, is such a huge thing. I say that because, like, despite having a good ranking myself, I'm still a noob at heart. I don't yet have a handle on the counting fast moves thing. There are maybe a few different moves where I know, okay, this move generates this much energy, and that means it takes this many to get to this charge move. I tend not to have a good memory for detail, so those things kind of slip my mind whenever I try and memorize them. But this one I remember. It is 7 energy per counter, and Ice Punch takes 40 energy to use. So that means it takes 6 counters to get to an Ice Punch. So I was counting my my opponent's fast moves there, and switched out as soon as the Ice Punch I knew would come. Which means that the Probopass wore the Ice Punch, and now I have Haunter with a whole bunch of energy, which it uses to get to a Shadow Ball, and, you know, an unshielded Shadow Ball from Haunter is just gonna wreck some people. I kept on going until I managed to win in a situation where the AI switched into Medicham instead of Marowak. So it took me 27 battles to do that. But here is battle number 27. Magnet Bomb. And switch into Gliscor. One other thing I have just remembered that I will also mention is that I did try a few battles where I tried to get to a second magnet bomb, but really curious thing. You saw that there was about half HP left on the Probopass, but when the charge move from RHYPERIOR finishes, the damage from its previous Mud Slap then applies. So I was actually, in reality, in practice, slightly less than half HP. I should probably have grabbed the video of one of those times just to show what I mean, but hopefully that makes sense. So RHYPERIOR would use would tap, or so the AI would tap the screen for a Mud Slap. The charge move would activate. I would use that shield, and then the damage from its previous Mud Slap would then apply, and it takes me down to below half HP, which meant that I couldn't get to a second Magnet Bomb in time. Here we go. So, yep, I've switched into Glasgow. Out comes Medicham. I've built up to an Earthquake, and it went against every fiber of my being to let this Ice Punch go. I had been trying for many a battle to shield that Ice Punch because I knew how much damage the Ice Punch would do. But I kept on losing, and so I tried this way. I'm like, okay, what happens if I don't shield the Ice Punch? I just let this one through. Takes out most of my health. Now I go for a shield bait, and it shields it. So the reason why I think this is really relevant is because in all of my battles, most of my battles, when I had gone for Earthquake against Medicham, it went unshielded. So I knew that, oh yeah, I can, just shield the first Ice Punch, finish off getting to the Earthquake, and then take out most of Medicham's health. Interestingly, once I let the Ice Punch through, the AI decided, whoa, hang on, I don't want to be at a 2-0 shield advantage. No, that's right. Hang on, no. The AI thought, I don't want my opponent to have 2 shields and when I'm starting to lose my Pokemon. So the AI is thinking like, okay, so this Medicham needs to kind of stay around because if my opponent's got 2 shields live and and I've lost a Pokemon already, then I am in a bit of trouble. So the only way to draw the second shield from the AI was to shield bait here, to build up to an Earthquake and then fire the Night Slash. But now I'm at a 2-0 shield advantage, and I still get to the second Earthquake. How good is that? I managed to feint it down with Fury Cutters. And now out comes RHYPERIOR again, so I still don't know what's in the back at this point. I bring out the Probopass to try and get to a Magnet Bomb. I have a shield left, and this is where things really, really become clear. It had enough energy for 2 Surfs, which is amazing. I managed to use both shields to save the Probopass, get to a Magnet Bomb, take out the RHYPERIOR, and then it's Haunter versus Alolan Marowak. As glassy as Haunter is, it can still take a Bone Club. I managed to get to a Shadow Ball, and I breathe a massive sigh of relief. So yeah, that is just a really interesting lesson of how, at least in this situation, the importance of shields still being active. Like, I was in a dire situation. But managing to get myself in a position where I had 2 shields versus my opponent's none meant I took control, and I managed to get those matchups eventually in a direction that I wanted. I hope you found this as helpful and informative as I did. Like, comment, and subscribe. For every like, comment, and subscription I get off the back of this video, I'm going to catch 1 shiny Rhyhorn on the upcoming Rhyhorn Community Day and donate it to an old uncle that doesn't know what Pokemon is. I'll get to experience the joy on his face when he looks at this little weird rock rhinoceros and ask me what the heck that is. See you next time.